What's up?
Hello, hello. Good evening, everybody. Yes, we did kind of pull a little bit of a very late April Fool, but yeah, I'm going to change the title a little bit to reflect what we're going to do about. But once again, it's your host, Jonesy Cat 79, aka Chris, with my usual co-host, Erica, aka Dark Neon.
Yeah, so we originally were planning to do this April Fools, but apparently this schmuck over here didn't realize, oh, I guess no one's actually going to be playing Mario the night before it comes out. I guess the only showtime I can see it is on the first. Oops.
Yeah, but I wasn't going to let a perfectly good thumbnail go to waste. So, once again, this is a bonus round for our Scream team up. We already concluded with Scream 7, but I kept alluding at one point. I said we're gonna have to talk about the scary movies because it's just like there were so many times during the real thing that I would make an allusion to the scary movie jokes, like such as the hilarious, white people dead, white people scared, black people getting the fuck out. Let's go, like.
It's very telling that a parody has made its mark just as much as the original, where you're quoting the jokes as you're watching the original thing.
On top of that, you won't believe how many times I've seen comments where people say, "All this time I kept thinking this scene was from Scream, and it was actually from Scary Movie, and vice versa. I thought this was a Scary Movie scene, but it's actually Scream." And it's funny how it's so close to the mark that you can see like exactly what it's doing it, its send up of, but at the same time it's different enough so that lawsuits can happen. Well, not that there's going to happen anyway. This is from the same exact production company who made the Scream movie, so it wasn't like let's sue ourselves for making fun of ourselves.
Yeah, it would be kind of like, uh, I don't know. This is back in the day. It's like it would be like if like Family Guy did their parody on Star Wars. And it's like, oh, what's Fox gonna do? Sue us? We're owned by them dummies.
But yeah, but we did still want to talk about Scary Movie because there's not a whole lot of depth to talk about. It's a movie that's a send up of all the popular movies of the late '90s and 2000s. I mean, you got your Matrix and your Screams and Titan. I mean, all sorts of stuff in it. So,
It, its main focus though is like it's parodying the two big horror movies at the time. Obviously, Scream, and then also I Know What You Did Last Summer, which is still something I have not yet seen.
but yeah, like I said though, I finally watched it in full for the first time because I was one of those guys that somehow missed the first one. But I did catch Scary Movie 2 and laughed my ass off at that one because, send up of haunted house movies. You got David Cross, Tim Curry, a hilarious role by, oh God, I forget that poor fellow's name, but he plays Mr. Hanson. And anytime you see his face, you go, oh, I know that guy, the blonde haired wimpy guy. In fact, I thought he was Woody Harrelson's character in 2012, but it was actually Woody Harrelson being Woody Harrelson. But they seem close enough. But like, it's just a lot of great gags. I mean, that's the whole point of these movies. They're just a bunch of basically what you see in like skit reviews, like say ABGN or Nostalgia Critic and stuff. It's basically that as a whole movie done by professionals designed to poke fun. And this thing goes back like way back to the a lot of comedies would do this back in the day. I mean, what most famously the airplane spoofs and stuff like Hot Shots, uh, wrongfully
Young
accused stuff like that.
Frankenstein,
Yes, the spoof.
Baseballs.
Now, the art of there actually is an art to doing a proper spoof that isn't just little random reference because the best
Yeah,
spoof.
basically the best spoofs. I'm pretty sure we're on the same wavelength
Uh huh.
here. Best spoofs, I believe, are stuff that they could take iconic stuff that's kind of iconic and all that to a similar vein, but not too similar. They just becomes their own thing. To the point where they become their own franchise. I mean, goodness sake, Baseballs. That one movie is gonna have its own sequel in the very near future.
Uh huh. And then of course like I says though, they have scenes that are just as iconic as their originators. Like going to like Hot Shots. One of the funniest bits I'll always remember is Charlie Sheen sending up Rambo, doing iconic arrow shots. But in this case, the guy is so incompetent that the arrows miss every target. So his only recourse is to take a little livestock chicken nearby, and you go from a realistic chicken being gripped in his hand to him stretching a rubber chicken, and you see this fake ass chicken face looking like oh shit, and then before the guy can reload, he just lets loose this. I die every time I see that scene. It just makes me laugh so hard. But like I said, though, those are moments where you can remember, like, oh yeah, I remember this joke. I mean, Scary Movie 2 was another one of those that would have that, like, I mean, a lot of us in my middle school, thought that weed jokes were funny. So the idea of a pothead getting smoked by a living pot plant was actually, hilarious to us.
Scary Movie 2 is really the best of all the scary movies.
It is.
Honestly,
It really is. It is the best.
Unfortunately, that's not the one we're talking about. We're talking about the first one that came out.
And it's still
Obviously basically a huge parody of like notable slashers, sprinkled with some like horror movies that were popular at the time, like Blair Witch Project gets a mention, and there's this fucking I'm blanking out. Why am I blanking out? Oh yeah, Sixth Sense. That gets a moment recognition in there too.
A lot of those are thrown in for the trailers, so that people when they see the trailer, oh, I know exactly what the reference of. Like I said, the climax out of nowhere turns into a Matrix fight, which has some pretty decent choreography, and there's some moments with the killer and the twist where you go, if this was an honest to goodness straight Scream movie, that would have been like the most mind blowing thing ever. But and the fact that it's in a parody makes it 10 times funnier. I mean, then there's things where it does the opposite of what you expect.
I I feel like that's because it was used in the parody before Scream. Uh, Pretty much all future crew members that work on Scream movies just look and go, well, I know we can't do that ending because they already beat us to it. God damn it!
But
right,
yeah,
just make it that the cousin is actually the killer. She wants to be popular.
but yeah, like I said though, and like I said, and it does do some. I mean, it's your typical like loud comedy of the '90s. That you saw. It's like your Mad TV humor, but since they're on film instead of TV, they're allowed to throw a few F bombs and a couple of sites that you wouldn't normally see on network television.
Gross out sites.
But for the most, yeah, like just to give you an idea, because we actually watched it on YouTube because it happened to be there. Then we found out it's the censored for TV version, which I still got a lot of good laughs out of. But I can tell what was meant to be an F bomb turned into a forget bomb, which is still funny. But there's some parts where I will prefer the nonsensical censorship version because it sounds funnier. Or other times it's even funnier to be used to a censored version. So when you finally hear the uncut raw version, it hits you with such shock you can't help but laugh. Like during the American History First Amendment, hearing the teacher go "shut the up," it's just pretty funny.
Shut the fuck up.
But yeah, like I said, so basically the plot of that, but there's no plot. But we're just gonna say they're doing mostly Scream and Scary Movie, and they do that little meta thing too. It's pretty funny.
Okay, so basically the idea is that there's a mass killer going around town around the same time, serendipitously 1 year since the events of these groups of inept teenagers had an incident where they crashed into a guy and had to bury his body out into the pier and keep their mouths shut. But apparently the killer knows that they did it and are just basically stalking them and rubbing it in their faces until they confess to their sins.
Which, believe it or
All
not,
the while you get all the while the excursions of a that weed addict get involved into all this madness and some chaos, and it just gets deranged more and more. You just keep watching it.
yeah, like it stops trying to keep a plot and just starts throwing in rapid fire references. But at the most part, that's
At points they even like kind of like break the fourth wall or realize they, no man, I swear I seen this, like, oh man, you had like a dream. No, it was like in this movie, it Scream. It's like same dialogue and everything.
and he goes, "What happened at the
What
end?"
happened at the end?
Well, I don't know. Some brother started
Well, I don't
shooting.
know. Someone just I don't know. Someone started shooting up the theater, and we all darted off.
And what's funny,
Like,
I kind of went, oof, that did not.
that did not age well.
Yeah, Dontron. That one didn't quite age so well. In fact, there's a couple of others. Like, you also see things like when she mentions her best friend Sean, like, who, Sean from History? No, no, Sean Combs, P. Diddy. I'm like, ooh, Diddy these days. But yeah, like I said, though, now it's funny that the characters are straight up send ups of iconic, the best friend, the final girl, the jock. They're send ups that you recognize, but there's some that become iconic in their own right, like Doofy being the
We
special.
had
And oh my gosh, and then you got other things where they just take up the thing to like a ridiculous amount. Like for some reason, you got Bobby being the Billy Loomis stand-in, but rather than being suave and perfect and cool, he's trailer trash that just tries to act cool, and he's just a real big horn dog.
exactly.
And you got Greg, who's like the big jock. Where I thought, oh, is this gonna be our Stu analog? And no, he's just. I think he's meant for more from. I think Freddie Prinze Jr.'s character. Freddie Prinze Jr.'s character from. I know what you did last summer. I think that would be more accurate. But it's funny is that he's the funny joke about the overbearing jock that is actually super insecure, especially when one of his secrets is that his unflattering photo gets sent around him. And he has to say, "Come on, man, you turn on the cold water that day." Where even in the censored version, without having to show the picture, him getting implied, the implication is still said through the dialogue in funny ways. But like I said, yeah. So I think that the real standout though is the fact that they even got the makers of the Scream mask to make Fun World to make parody masks that are officially licensed, and they haven't released the default killer face yet because I think it's too close to the standard ghost face that they don't want to confuse people. But they have released official licensed masks based off it of the high face, the what's up face, and the super happy face, which is on all the posters. If you've seen the posters for Scary Movie, they usually have the happy ghost face like on it.
Yeah, it basically there's notable details you notice. Like for instance, the nose is more apparent, whereas like the usual Ghostface or the Scream mask is usually kind of like it's supposed to be like a concave, basically like any skull you see. There's no nose; it's just the insert in there.
Well, like I got
Not only that, but it's also a little bit supposed to be a little more wider, whereas the Ghostface is a lot more slimmer. It's supposed to be a long, elongated face.
and the eyes are more of a peanut shape. That's why I call it peanut-eyed ghost at times. Whereas this one has this wide, exaggerated eyes, where it's enough where you go,
Like,
yeah, like it's wide enough where you go, okay, that's definitely the Scream mask. Even the robes are almost the same. Not as shiny though. That's more like the cheap nylon you get from the budget-friendly Ghostface costumes. Whereas if you look at the actual Ghostface costumes, they have those super sparkly velvet sheens.
basically, the Scary Movie costume is the Party City costume to the Scream Ghostface Trick or Treat Studio stores.
Although
Have the exquisite stuff.
they still make it distinct enough where you say it's not exactly the same, so that way you won't turn on the TV and think, "Oh, I'm watching Scream." For example, his weapon of choice instead of being the knife is the hook axe, the little fisherman's hook, which was the killer from I Know What You Did Last Summer.
Yeah. Although there's still some scenes where they still do use the dagger. Obviously, the opening that's homaging the Drew Barrymore attack, right down to the character being named Drew.
Of course, it's a Playboy ex-Playboy model that's being used. It's used for great effect with the whole, especially if you watch the uncut version, which is all like, "What do you want to see what your insides look like?" Well, turn to page 93 then. Ah, nice. And what's funny is the voice is clearly not Roger L. Jackson, but the guy's doing the best attempt. I think the fact that it sounds bad is the joke. You hear like, "Hey, want to have a little fun?" And it's more like the voice your friend trying to mimic Ghostface would sound like, rather than actually being the scary killer voice.
I'm pretty sure it's one of the Waylands like doing the voice, because of course they would do that kind of shit.
It sounds funny though, and
I think even one of them, uh, whoever plays Shardy, like does kind of like a similar voice and tone to it when they're calling he's with the killer, the Wee Party.
yeah, and oh yeah, like I said though, and The like I said, I'll be honest. One of my earliest memories of this movie being a thing was seeing a random TV spot where it's the guys getting the phone parroting the Bud commercial where the guy goes hello and you see the what's up, and I actually kind of jumped not expecting a ghost face, and it wasn't the happy what's up, it was the secondary what's up. We still had like the O mouth, so I thought oh shit there's the because I've already seen Scream to know that that's the scary killer. But yeah, like I said,
Really not seen it enough to realize, hey, why is the mask got a nose?
and on top of that, even funnier, they kept the trailer going, and it has the whole happier, what's up. And I've seen the what's up. I would always buy on catalogs. I would always buy catalogs of the mail would send you Party City catalogs with the Halloween mask coming out around Halloween time, and there would of course be the licensed Scream mask, the bloody Scream mask. In fact, it got to a point where I called the character Scream rather than calling it Ghostface because Scream was always on the licensing next to the darn thing. And there would be right next to it a what's up mask, and I forgot what they called the happy mask, but it was the stoned happy face mask that he makes after he takes a hit from the aquarium bong.
Yeah, it it's really dumb. Image short really standardizes the characters to the same degree, like making our beloved uh, Officer Dewey into such a lack of the most colorful terms, special interests
Special,
officer.
yeah, yeah. He's short bus guy. I mean,
Yeah,
I mean, and they use less flattering terms in the actual movie, and I mean, I know that the autistic community at times takes offense to the T word, but when you're late, but but like I said though, yeah, he is like a send up of how Dewey oozed incompetence according to Gail's book. Well, Doofy's like if someone took Gail's book and ramped it up to an 11.
yeah.
Well, and
N-
then
Not only that, but there's a version of Gale who's Gale Hailstorm in this one, who's basically what if Gale literally didn't have a goddamn conscience? To the point where she'll literally create news of killing someone on live just because they're annoying her as she's doing her bit.
that's a
A
fun
man's
teen.
found
Boom of two teenagers,
two teens
and
found dead.
they also have like their Kenny be a lot more like I think it's based off an actual joke with what happened with Courtney that they replayed it where she's like, "Who copped the field? It was me, Gail. I'm sorry. I only touched the tip."
Yes, it's literally the behind the scenes thing where it's like, so I had to catch Courtney and the first kick we're doing, it's like, I literally cupping her goddamn breast, but I'm doing my hardest not to let go, not to let her fall down and bust her ass. But I'm literally cupping her breast at the moment.
So they made fun of that with that. And like I said though, but like I said, Sydney is not Sydney. That is for sure. She's Anna Faris playing her, that cute little, doe-eyed, lost in the woods type, final girl. It's funny. She's actually blonde in real life. So I think she had to dye her hair black, brownish, brunette to be Cindy Campbell, not Sydney Prescott, but Cindy Campbell.
It's funny considering, don't you have a Cindy in your lineup?
Ah, yes, yes. But like I said, though, what I find funny though is that she plays the girl with the super touch-starved boyfriend, and they play that aspect up throughout the entirety of the movie. Like for example, when they're doing the whole PG-13 relationship joke, when they're reaching, he's kind of trying to reach under. There's a whole trespassers beware like electric fence around her hips, and then
Because Men in Tights already did the chastity belt jokes. So he was like, okay, what's a modern version of like a fucking like ironclad chastity belt? Oh yeah, electric fence.
oh, and then I mean, it's clearly a 2000s film. Like it is like references like to like Speed Dating and everything. But there's also in that same joke of them making it to "I Don't Want to Wait for Our Lives to Be Over." James Vanderbeek, rest in peace. Dawson's Creek himself is like climbing through the window and goes, "Oh, wrong movie set." And we actually laughed seeing that because I forgot he appeared in this. And like I said, he's recently passed this year, so it's more of an
Yeah.
ah joke when you see it now. But at the time, I could imagine if since Dawson was one of the biggest WB at the time, WB shows ever at the time, I'm pretty sure the audience got a big I think the equivalent to that.
Is it? What was it? Kevin Williamson also working with Dawson's Creek at
I think he did.
some point? Is that it's the same type of writing he does?
And then
Obviously, without like blood and murder and guts and all that.
I think the equivalent of that happening today in a movie is like a YouTuber just walking in and going, "Oh, this ain't my thing." Yeah. Let's say like Markiplier or something. I don't know, but yeah, like I said though, it is definitely a crass.
Oh wait, no, that Matt Pat fucking showing up in Five Nights at Freddy's movie.
That's true, and like I said though, it is a crass movie. Like it deserves its R rating mostly for its immaturity, but that's what makes it admirable. That you're going, these guys, like they've made some jokes where you're going, ooh, that definitely would not even come to my other. Like I mean, you got jokes of a teacher telling a student that after see you after class or anything like that, the daddies and everything, and you're going like, I mean, now that type of stuff has been more exposed, it's more of a yikes. Whereas back then, it's a joke like ha ha, the guy knocked up the math teacher type joke back then, and then but there's parts where they acted seriously enough where you're going like, I think I commented during the whole I'm sorry if my complicated existence is ruining your perfect life. I went, how is this better acted than the Luke Wilson scene in the Stab movie? Yeah, that was just just a laugh. But like I said, though, the gags come from like obvious sight gags. Like for example, like you got the Drew in the beginning trying to run between the sinuses. One leads to safety, one leads to death, and just runs right down the death path. Well, you get stuff like
right into the sprinkler system that gets her clothes set, and of course she has to do the slow motion Baywatch posing.
Although I think it's the music makes it more of an homage to the Honeydew scene from Doctor No, I think. But even funnier,
it's probably a mix of both.
Yeah, and like I said though, you got the classic gag where since we're gamers, we got more of a laugh out of it than it probably intended. Where you got a knife, a dagger, a grenade, and she pulls the banana because there's a banana on the table.
Hey, that's a fast. Don't be quick to judge. Like if she actually timed it, use it well, it could be very devastating.
Oh yeah.
That's anyone playing the fucking Smash Bros. Game.
Exactly. And like I said though, yeah, like there's people you start getting attached to. Like you got Buffy playing the good girl who's actually a bit of the the town bicycle for lack of a better word. Where she like I said yeah, but she's I think she's a send up of Sarah Michelle Gellar's character mixed with Rose McGowan's Tatum. Especially when she has a hilarious scene where there's a sight gag that has the background of the school named be a corpse, and the killer shows up and she's in the whole, oh, is this the part where I play with you? Like I'm the helpless victim, and it's like the scene with Tatum. And the joke is that even the killer's like surprised. He's like doing like, here's the part where I break my leg, boom, and then the killer's all like, what the?
Oh shit, man! What the fuck?
Yeah, the killer's just the body language is great, and he's all like what do I do now? Is this it does have a very, you got to think about it, but a very clever double entendre. But is this the part where the climax happens? Well, I hope you don't mind if I fake it. And I go, okay, that's actually a clever joke as he decapitates her and he's like, oh, look at me, I'm a gross head now. Even the killer's like,
oh god, dude, shut the fuck up already.
Yeah, and like and then you got a funny role reversal scene where you got the whole opening of Scream 2 parodied by, like Ray and Brenda going out for for a movie night, even though there's supposed to be this party going on. And it does, like, the usual Zucker type stuff. Like, there's a bit where Ray goes to the bathroom, like Omar Epps did, and there is a pissing contest happening. Like, literally, like, there's, like, one of those water shooter games from the carnival. And then...
oh my god, I didn't realize that was the joke, pissing contest.
Yeah. And then...
I swear, it's just like that. It's like, it makes you wonder, to say, scary movies are the movies that have the really dumb, gross-out humor jokes. And it's also throwing curveballs, so like, oh, that's actually a clever play on words there.
I mean, granted, it's the same movie where a guy listens to a glory hole and gets a slong, like, through his ear.
or a guy who's a teacher who's being a jumper who's like everyone's trying to talk it down, but of course the main girl who has the bigger voice and dramatic emphasis is doing the uh, I know what you did last summer. What are you waiting for to scream? And basically he hears and thinks like,
The
oh, you're
fuck
talking about me,
you.
alright? Oh, sorry.
So fuck you. Boom. And they're looking like, oh, I think that even the censored version, I think they made him say "screw you" or "forget you," but it was still funny. Where you go like, I'm thinking,
No, he said, forget you.
yeah, TV censorship is funny like that. And like I said, there's yeah, the elements you recognize. Like, there's a great moment. I think that mimics a scene from I Know What You Did Last Summer of like the prom queen starring. I mean, the Miss Beauty content person seeing a loved one being menaced by a killer, but they turn it into an acting bit as the killer's actually killing her boyfriend. And there's a bit where she's
Gosh,
freaking out.
that sounds incredible.
And everyone's thinking she's actually, oh my god, what are y'all doing? You're all a bunch of bastards. And just leaves. And they're all cheering. And then they're like, get out there, get back out there. No, he's dead. Like, are you kidding? Like, you won. What? They're saying your name. And he goes like, what about Greg? Fuck Greg. And he goes out there and takes the...
Fucking what?
Yeah. Yeah, Buffy had some great scenes in this thing. Actually, I think by having a character named Buffy, she is intended to be a send-up of the Sarah Michelle Gellar character, since Sarah Michelle Gellar was in I Know What You Did Last Summer. I don't think she made it out of that movie either.
And plus, she also, like, just like Buffy, she does survive death, which is why she comes back in the second one. I don't know
Actually,
how. It's funny, in the second one, like, obviously we're not going to cover too much of the other scary movies, and we're certainly not making more episodes of these with the other ones.
yeah.
Especially since the other ones have nothing to do with this.
On top of that,
Except maybe 6, but we'll get there when we get there.
yeah, but yeah, 5 I heard is the worst.
Oh god, it's the fucking shit. It is horrible. I like made like top 10 lists like every year for Halloween for a long time, for a long while ago. And I did one where I talked about the top 10 worst horror movies and I put it in there, and I of course say, oh, Deanne, why did you put that there? That's like it's obviously just like you're cheating to say. Well, unfortunately, Netflix labeled it as a horror movie, so it goes there in a horror. And I can tell you this, it fucking sucks.
Yeah. And then, yeah, 3 was funny, and 3 and 4 were the PG-13 rated ones, but they were still pretty clever with their raps. I mean, they took the Matrix step a little too far in 3, but it was pretty funny.
Anyways, I was saying the second one. It's funny that they say they're all survivors of the something massacre. I was like, so are they like near-death survivors? Because I'm pretty sure one of them had their head cut off.
Yeah, and then you got, like it says,
and then literally the main girl just pretty much just got T-boned by like the fucking like last car that appeared in the movie.
and then the Brenda, like I said, she does continue to send up of the Jada Pinkett Smith getting murdered at the opening of 2.
Brenda almost dies like every other movie. It's like first when she dies, second she's okay, third when she dies, and fourth is like, I thought you dead. I thought you're dead too.
And I think she's back in 6 too with that joke of like, oh, I'm sorry, I can't hug you. I think I'm a Republican, so I'm racist now. Oh, baby, I always think all white people are racist. And still, come here.
Oh.
And then they made that joke though of but yeah, they do a reverse Uno where you think, okay, they're gonna do the whole scene with the boyfriend kills her like Jada Pinkett, but no, turns out she's such an abrasive, loud talker and chatter and snacker and everything. The whole entire time, the audience is like getting fed up to the point where one picks up the killer's knife for him and just starts going to town on her, and then they all just have a free for all. And what's funny is,
I really, if anyone was being that loud and obnoxious. The movie I was watching, especially the ones I've been waiting on for a long ass time. Oh my god! You know what? That's what I really wish I could have done to that asshole that was like snoring behind me during Godzilla -1, during like obviously all of the scenes.
and it's very quiet too.
Godzilla in it. Like it's like as soon as Godzilla appears and the music is. And the snoring's just suddenly stopped for some goddamn reason. As soon as the humans appear, they focus like
the loudest Z's
like,
you've ever heard.
Son of a bitch! I was literally ready to just stand up and just go over to the seat behind me and just like boot that fucker right in the nuts.
But yeah, like I said, but the it was pretty funny seeing that return around reversal. And what's funny is the Ghostface killer just like clapping, slow golf clapping as everyone's like cheering that she finally showed up during the movie.
He's just kick it back and chill and say, let's
Yeah, all the
like
Jackie
watch it for
Chan
a bit before I head
movies.
to it.
That's for ruining Schindler's List and talking to the future. If it's funny is everyone's dressed up in a way that represents the movie they were ticked off about. And Boogie Nights.
Good to have you here, Swag.
Hi, John. But yeah, like I said, it was also making fun of everything at the time. Like, for example, in the late '90s, "Was Up" was a big thing. You just said "Was Up." In fact, I think this one became so popular that I think most people nowadays probably confuse "Was Up" coming from this movie when in turn it was parodying the actual Bud commercial.
You want to know what's even like weirder? In the second movie where they do the basketball scene, nobody knows it's that an actual basketball ad
I
from
think it
like.
was Nike. Yeah, yeah. I mean that
You
was
know, if people ever see that, they'll be like, "Oh, there's that moment from Scary Movie 2 that happened for no reason."
well. It was
It was cool, but
it was a
uh,
setup from The Changeling, where a famous horror movie, that psychological horror movie that had at one point the person walking into a place and a child's ball bounces
yeah,
down the stairs. So that was the parody setup, but then he just turned it into the ad.
yeah, I watched that.
But yeah, the
It's actually a pretty good movie, by
I
the
mean,
way.
actually,
But
there's a lot of great classic horror referenced in Scary Movie 2. Like, I think we might as well lump that in with this one, with just how funny that one is too. But the first one, like, I think it does have like iconic lines people still quote, like when they said maybe we should get on the news, and they always pick the most ignorant person to report on the news, and you got Shorty going, "Oh shit, first cops nowadays, I want to be a superstar."
superstar.
Yeah, but I like that bit though when he's
What would be your words of advice to her if you had seen her?
run,
Run,
bitch.
bitch, run!
Like, I think that "run, bitch, run" has become such a meme that I bet you that's on shirts, because it's. I mean, it really, his delivery just makes it so damn funny.
It's definitely a shirt you would probably see in Spencer's.
Yeah,
Like, no, no,
and
no. Yeah, I would bet you Dr. Donuts they would probably be printing that shirt now, leading up to the new one coming out.
that they make a because if Part 6 is making fun of all the callback nostalgic reboot movies, they'd better have like a out of nowhere callback to that. But yeah, like I said though, it is like I said, it was doing stuff like the Blair Witch one was funny, and what I loved about it is how it turned into. It felt more like Cops or Kind of Camera, which they referenced anyway. Dice where you got Hailstorm's interview with Heather, which I realized on rewatch, Heather is the same girl that was doing her First Amendment book report. When, oh my God, really? And like, how are you feeling right now? I'm in a lot of pain right now. I'm trying to do my job here, and you get that camera out of my face. The ghost face killer going off on the camera was pretty damn funny to me. Although, that makes the question.
But it is actually kind of apropos given how short-tempered any Ghostface killer was in like the other Scream movies. Like,
I'm,
if you didn't play by the rules or just fucked around, they literally just dropped their act immediately and just like went verbally aggressive on you.
in fact, I would love it. I mean, I think this would work better for a short film or a fan film of a ghost face found footage film of someone like trying to like track down. Okay, I know this would make you roll your eyes, but somebody like investigating the Mocker House pre Scream 7 and thinking maybe he's still running around as some asshole in a Ghostface costume chasing after them, all found footage style. But as we heard from Kevin and even Matt and everyone himself, guys 6 feet under, no doubt. Just stop hoping. Maybe
Dude
eight.
is super, super, super dead.
Stop hoping for eight.
But maybe he's dead. Fun.
Wait,
Not with the dodos.
yeah, but yeah. So oh my gosh, but speaking of Matt Euler, which we reference, when they do the whole reversal, revealability, and Stu with Bobby and Ray, it is so damn funny. Cause I mean, in fact, while we were watching the Billy and Stu reveal, I was still quoting lines from Scary Movie just to kind of app it up. Part when he mentions I like the bit when he mentioning motives. When he mentioned like I think she wants to hear a motive. But would a scream make sense? No. What about did Scream have a motive? Nope. And what about Scare That to the Last Summer? Did that make any sense? Not at all. And what about that sequel? Man, I hate that white Jamaican dude. And he goes, "It was poor casting, Bobby." Yeah, but that whole scene. But I always laugh hard at the part when she sees Bobby go mad and she runs into Ray and, oh my God, Ray, I'm glad to see you. And hello, Cindy. Surprise, Cindy. Like and he said, no, that's the voice changer from Scream 3, which actually came out the same year. But oh gosh, that made me. That always makes me laugh every time I see the malfunctioning voice changer give an effeminate voice to Ray. Which there's this whole running joke about Ray doing a lot of very homoerotic stuff and keep insisting no, he's not gay, like, or trying to, like the running gag I love is when he first see him in a crop top, in a yellow top, going, "Does this make me look gay?" Like, nope. He just ties it up into a more of a bikini top. So how about now? And then the funny part though is like, we can't go to prison, man. I ain't going to prison. You know what to do to a young guy like that to take advantage of him, have her away with him. Maybe she's right. Maybe we should call the police. Like stuff like that. I got started getting a giggle out of it. Oh, speaking of that scene, our rewatch, she was dying during the I Know What You Did Last Summer parody accident scene where Greg's on the roof just doing the I'm the King of His World spiel, and all of a sudden, thanks to an errant bump, he runs into like all these tree bumps while making poor Sid go down on on Bobby and making them drive erratically, and he hits a beehive on his head. And by the time the beehive came, she was just I had to put it in the thumbnail. It's actually right there. If you look. Okay, full disclosure, that and the Yoshi bucket are the only thing I added to this piece. Everything else is exactly that original line art.
Yeah, it's great. It's, it,
I,
Ghostface, it really just really take it out of the fucking parody one. Yeah, Sydney sit next to really obnoxious Cindy. And of course, there's just me and you just kind of just chilling. It's like, what is going on with this theory? Can everyone just chill out?
what I find funny though is Cindy looks like you had to sit me next to this dollar store version of me. Yeah. Oh, and I just realized.
Sorry, Cindy. I gotta have you appear at some point in all these goddamn things.
Well, you made her appear in at least 6 thumbnails. I joke because Scream 6 had her still kind of in it, but yeah.
I got her in the missing persons paper reading in it.
But yeah, like I said though, yeah, the parody Ghostface putting the whole scary movie thing, and actually that's another. I think that was intended to be another great big in joke by actually having this movie be scary movie, given that was Kevin's original title for. But although I think Scary Movie was a last minute decision title for them because they had this whole long ass title planned, which I think is I Know What You Did Last Halloween type deal.
And of course, the year prior to that, there's another movie that's called Freak If You Know What You Did Last Summer.
That movie, it actually is funny, but I think when people think low rent parody, they think of Scary Movie when when they're actually remembering Shriek If I Know What You Did Last Friday the 13th, which that one is lower budget than Scary Movie, and they try to be clever with their gags.
The chase scene is literally just them circling around a middle fucking countertop in the kitchen.
I think it does say something.
It just goes on and on and on and on.
I think.
Like, okay, we get it. Could you actually give us an actual funny chase scene? For God's sakes, Scary Movie at least put a banana peel in the fucking sprinkler system to wet up the hot victim.
Yeah, but like I said though, you're in trouble when the biggest name in your cast list is Tom Arnold.
Oof. Just oof.
Yeah, but, I mean, I liked him in True Lies and stuff like that. But like I'm saying though, yeah. What's funny? There is a gag I do laugh at Shriek, if you know where the killer's wearing like a generic hockey mask and he's trying to go after the victim when she accidentally, I think, has something else killed her before he could get to her. So he kind of just shrugs and lights up a cigarette, not realizing he has a flammable mask. So his face is on fire, which is an impressive fire stunt, probably the most budget they had. And he runs right into a bird fountain to put water out, and then it's like a more exaggerated parody Ghostface mask.
Oh yeah, it's right down to the fact I think the closest cloak is like the fucking garbage bag. Almost.
Yeah, and like I said though, that but I think when people think that they're remembering Scary Movie, they're actually remembering Shriek. And there's people who in the comment section say, "I swear I've had high school arguments, since middle school where I tell people like I swear this was a real thing and I didn't just imagine it." And they see a trailer and say, "Yeah, it was real." And you catch it on Comedy Central. It's what they put on at like 11 o'clock in the afternoon before they put on something really funny.
Ugh.
I know it's okay, but between the two, Scary Movie is definitely the parody to go with.
I literally just only seen the clip of like the taste around the countertop, and it's like, yeah, I'm not sitting there in garbage. This is
Uh,
sorry.
yeah, they're
But
running gag.
I've only took 1 minute watching this scene, and I was like, no, I ain't touching that.
You were just
I
you were
would literally suffer.
you.
If I was literally just watch this or Scary Movie 5, you might as well just blow my head off right now.
I was gonna say though, you were the SpongeBob meme. I'm a head out. But geez,
I have a head up.
I wonder if anyone's gotten Tom Kenny to actually say it on Cameo or something. But oh yeah, like I said though, yeah, but they were both being greenlit at the same time, and in order to beat Scary Movie to theaters, I think Shriek had a deal with a network company to like make a premiere on that. Uh, I mean, like I said, it only recently got a DVD release, but I think it was on tape for a while. But like I said though, there's videos talking about
Wow.
there's videos talking about this is the Scary Movie parody you probably didn't know existed, like videos like that. And me watching it went, oh yeah, I remember this one. And like I said, I had friends in middle school who remember that part too. I said, yeah, Ghostface like had a Jason mask, and then when he blows up the water, it's a Scream mask. And that's probably one of the. There is actually a funnier joke where they do the gag where like they catch the killer knocked out, and they start unmasking him, and they do that gag of underneath this mask is another mask, and yet another, and it's like every Halloween store mask like under the sun is under that mask. Yeah, but that's where.
Actually, actually, the way you described it kind of reminds me of, I don't know. So I don't know who's running the Scream Movies Facebook page or Reels or the other channels of it, but they got they they're really creative on the marketing for the Reels. There's like an April Fool's one they just put out. Ghostface actually unmasking himself, and under that mask is literally it's another Ghostface mask. It's basically his like that would ruin the surprise.
Yeah, and even their parody in the Twisting the Knife music video, it actually has a story narrative that continues onward with David Arquette getting tied up by a ghost face, and I mean, and the a-hole producer that was giving him a hard time ended up beating the ill fate with Ghostface.
Yeah, and Ghostface Unmasked. It's a completely different one. I think it's mostly tied to the
I think
9K.
yeah, I think it's an Ice Nine Kills like a strong reference in their ongoing narrative. Well, yeah, like I said, though, this movie, like I said, what I found hilarious is when it just goes off the wall and then the last act, when you find out that the guys, I thought you were going to do that little 90s cliche where my boyfriend actually turns out to be the killer. And it turns out when they mention that they're just going to be.
Copycat serial killer that already exists.
Yeah.
So basically, they didn't kill anyone, well, except for Shorty, but that was a thing.
That wasn't planned, he said.
You want to hit this shit?
Oh yeah, when he gets a hole in his lung and he's all like, "Wait, I got shot through the lung." He's all smoking it. You want to take that? And I mean, hell, the gag with him, he's a super pothead. Like the part when they almost run over the guy and say, "Oh crap, here comes Shorty." I know you ain't driving without papers. I got the papers, the blunt, and the buds. Like just. Like stoner comedies were a thing, like where the joke is they're high. Get it? That's like the only joke, but. Now
MTV. This is the type of stuff that Adult Swim would be doing.
Mm-hmm.
Like, hands down.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Like I said though, what's funny? I love the bit when they do the whole. The reason his motive is that he's being so repressed, means him discover things about himself. Like he finds out he's actually gay with Ray. He's like, I'm gay. In case you haven't noticed, Ray is too. He's like, no, I'm not. What about the time we went to San Francisco? I like shopping. Then what about that club? They got good music.
What about?
That time I made love. Hey, hold on.
Okay, well, hey, now.
Yeah, like that was hilarious. I mean, and then like I said though, they do the whole stabbing thing, and this actually is funnier. In fact, I think, like I said, I know it was meant to be funny when Stu and Billy start stabbing each other. But it's so
Really?
funny when they do Bobby and Ray was like, "Ready? You ready? I'm ready, man. No, 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 wait. Okay, like we rehearsed. Come on, man. Ready? Ready? Okay.
Oh,
One,
he's such a
two.
baby about
Wait,
it.
wait. Like just. I think by that point Ray just got frustrated and says, "You know, fuck it," and just went for it after three stalls.
Psychos! You watch way too many TV shows.
TV shows
Watching TV shows doesn't create psycho killers.
canceling
It does.
TV shows. God, that canceling line does make me laugh, and that's what I mentioned. You mentioned how I think that was Keenan Ivory. I think no, that's Marlon. No, Marlon is Shorty.
Marlon.
Marlon Shorty, but the
No.
no Marlon. Yeah, Marlon was right. Oh, fuck. I feel so bad now. Let me just double check.
How is this fucking family tree?
Oh, I mean, it was gonna be more complicated with the original reveal they had in mind too.
Oh my god.
Yeah, no, yeah. Sean, yeah. I think Sean was Ray. Oh, let me just type in scary movie just to make sure. But oh god, like so he does match Lola's energy during the whole "wait, there's more" moment. Like I'm surprised how many like straight up dialogue moments they straight up like just lifted wholesale from Scream, like almost like word for word. That's why they make fun of it in movie. Like this sounds like that one movie. Yeah, Sean Wayans was Ray, and Shorty was Marlon. Yeah, that was it. And his brother Keenan has a cameo as the Amistad slave. Alright. Actually, I kind of
Oh
wish
yeah, in the trailer, the trailer parody.
I kind of wish he had more trailer parodies in that thing. I would have laughed at the because then again, I think Naked Gun did a joke like that where they had random ass parodies. But yeah, but like I said, what I love though is that the killer actually does show up after he stabs him. But I love how Billy gets the whole "Come on, man, I'm feeling kind of woozy here. Give me the knife."
Oh wait, man, hey, I didn't let you cut me.
No one's gonna stab me, and then Ghostface just comes with the hook and gets him, and they both land in the most
Hey, never mind.
undignified pose ever of Ray, like mounting Bobby.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh! But like I said though, this what's funny is out of nowhere, this movie turns into a kung fu Matrix parody because it was the Matrix. You know, that was the '90s. That just came out a year earlier, and like everybody was mimicking the Trinity jump into midair rotation shot at some point.
Also, they put in the river dance stuff because that was a big thing. God, I actually remember back in the day when they actually had that on TV.
Yeah, Florida
Kind of
dance and
weird.
stuff. Yeah, and oh my gosh, the like I said, I mean that, cause that was using all the ads too. You know, like she throws the whole dish like Ghostface, and he does the whole back Neo thing, but then he gets stuck. He's like,
Oh,
wait a second, wait a second.
I need
Yeah.
man doubt. Use a chair.
Oh, yeah, but no, wait. Like, you know how long? And he had to call, do a collect call to keep the call going. And like I said, that only really makes sense for any of you guys, us who were like raised in the early, in the late '90s and 2000s, where you still had payphones and you still had to call collect. I'm pretty sure those numbers still exist, but with cell phones being such a common thing, I don't think it's a rarity. And then, oh
Wait,
gosh,
what would it even be used for?
yeah, I don't know. Like, but yeah, I think just people still use landlines. But that whole bit with him, he's like, "Hold on, I'm getting another call." He's like, no, wait, and he's like, he's actually waiting. That's the thing. He doesn't. But it does that whole joke of the whole go. And he's all like, "Do you know where I am? I'm in the house." And she goes, "I see you right behind the couch. Your feet sticking out." Ah, hey, no peeking.
Ah, shit.
What's funny is his little thought process. Like he does try to rug thing, and when he goes like, "No, that's how it works." He goes into the curtain and everything. And of course, the other bit everybody remembers is the famous. He does the whole try to swing at her. He falls and he goes, "Man, I gotta quit drinking." And what I love though is the whole throwing everything: the bicycle, the vase, grandma, the grand piano.
Obviously, Obviously, an homage to Scream 2 with Sharon Michelle Gellar really throwing everything, including a goddamn bike, down the stairs at the killer.
And, like I said though, that moment does get everyone laughing with the whole. I mean, when I laughed rewatching it again was as the grandma's all like,
You know, thing literally looks like something out of a Tom and Jerry skit.
yeah, you see him run up the stairs, go like, oh, and he's like running with his waves up as a big ass grand piano chases after him, which that's actually kind of a scary stunt if they actually had like no safety harness. I'm pretty sure they had safety measures to make sure that thing just went down the stairs smoothly, but it is such a funny moment. Like, I mean, even in the ads, seeing that you laugh going, he's going up the stairs and sees the whole damn grand piano, and he's like, oh, screw that. And oh yeah, like I said, that first chase is pretty funny, and it does have one of the most funniest jokes that I heard you cracking a snort at when she does the whole Cindy lock the door thing. He's waving at the thing, and she types in the 911 when he can call. What's your emergency? White woman in trouble. And the cops are there in like a second. Also, there's that running joke about how her dad actually has some shady drug dealings going on in the background, and he says, "Remember, flush your stash, all that kind of stuff. No crazy parties." Oh shit, he passed away. I feel bad. I'm looking up
Oh no.
the dad. He was in Groundhog Day, Gremlins 2. He's in a lot of stuff. Oh yeah, he was a city worker in Die Hard. Yeah, but like I said, but he was the dad in Scary Movie, and he was pretty funny when he's all talking about how I'm doing that little venture with the Colombian guys. Oh, you mean my Uncle Escobar? I'm like, although he did say a joke that's actually kind of cute and clever, with the whole like, remember to cut it with baking soda, not baking powder. Otherwise, all the guys would have little muffins growing out of their nose. She laughs and he goes,
That's such a dad thing to say.
and he goes like, you always loved that joke ever since you were 2. I'm like, Jesus, he was doing this business way back when. But like I said, for some reason, Anna Faris's Cindy just is dumb. Actually, I love the ad that says they didn't write the rules; they're just too stupid to follow. I'm all like, yep, that that accurately describes the entire cast to a T. And I like how Greg goes over the top of the hall. We could take this to our graves. We form a pact. And he's like, I remember when he beats the crap out of Cindy. Actually, I think that was also added for the censored cut to make up for time. I guess the whole the extent
beating the snot out of her.
Yeah,
that actually does happen.
The extended beatdown. Yeah. No, but oh man, like I said though, it's pretty damn funny. I kind of did like the Greg character. He gives me mad TV energy. That when he actually does get taken out, I go like, oh, I kind of like that guy. I would have liked to see more of him draw all the stupidity. Oh, but oh gosh, but I think the biggest thing also to talk about. Oh, and also you got the police chief that just doesn't give a shit. He's like a combination of
I don't know who the actor is.
He reminds me of John Saxon mixed with David Arquette's father, who played the campus guy in Scream 2. Yeah, but let's see.
It's like the dude is just like completely. Looks like he's just so fed up. It's like, ugh, literally. This is like the 15th like instance. This stupid town. I swear to God, if I get another column, ram a beer bottle up my ass.
Yeah, I still love how he mentioned the whole when he's like, we're all a little sad that these teens have died, but hey, what can I say? Shit happens. At the press conference. Yeah, This is Kent. Kurt.
Is it at the same vibe as Thoughts and Prayers? You think?
Oh yeah, he was in The Running Man. I remember that. And Ghostbusters 2 is Jack Harmaker.
Yeah, he's the fucking mayor's assistant. That's I swear it's like, I don't know why, but this guy is like a punchable face.
Wayne's World as
this guy. What do you do?
Wayne's World is Russell Finley. That's a thing. Anger Management. Oh, I remember that one. Yeah. Oh, of course he appears in the superhero movie. That one wasn't too bad. I actually did enjoy the parody in that one. That's the one with Drake and Josh, right?
I think of all the it's just Drake Bell, but
yeah,
it's so funny that Drake Bell would be playing a parody of Spider-Man
and then went on
And
to
then
go.
literally after the movie, he literally becomes one of the official Spider-Man voices, the ultimate cartoon Spider-Man.
I think at one point we should just do a little run on for superhero movie because that's actually one of the few good parody movies from this same production, type of style. I don't mean it wasn't the
Oh my god,
Wayans.
the fucking villain they got the actor play is like it's the exact type of villain you just wanted to
Wasn't
hate
that?
love to hate to love. It was the guy from Flubber though.
Yeah, I'm saying that. Yeah, like I said, he was a Shooter McGavin in Happy Gilmore. Yeah. Oh, but like I said though, yeah, I really did like superhero movie, and like I said, it's Craig Mazin did that. Mister, I made Chernobyl and The Last of Us for HBO. Did Scary Movies 3, 4, and superhero movie. Wow.
Oh shit!
Yeah, because it's directed by Craig Mazin. I'm like, Craig Mazin. I'm like, can't be that Craig Mazin. And oh, Leslie Nielsen was in that one too. But yeah, I haven't seen superhero movie in a while, but I remember liking it because it was just such a funny send up of Spider Man, like the Raimi Spider Man specifically. But anyway, going back to Scary Movie, one bit that I do remember that just always was hilarious. I mean, they did the Blair Witch joke where after Ghostface goes on a tirade, they get chased into the thing, and they're doing the whole "I'm so scared" bit, but having the over exaggerating the leakage. Again, everybody made that joke when it came to Blair Witch. Is that I'm so scared, but where everyone has the. I mean, look at the Scooby Doo project. God, I know that's one of your favorite things ever to like do every Halloween.
That's basically the fucking gateway drug for anyone to get into horror.
Oh yeah, and then but like I says, the other Ghostface bit that is great though is when you find out that they do this big saw reveal where they oh by the way, I should laugh that when she kicks the killer out of the window. I was thinking right away, I shot him like 6 times. Yeah.
The killer gets away.
Yeah, I love that bit though. Oh, okay. Yeah. Again, I just okay. Got to finish the quote thing. Is this some type of prank? I've been trick or treated to death all day. You don't know what death is.
What that is.
Although I know now, I think of the nerd quote when I quote that too. With I've been trick or treating like
You don't
shit
know
all
what
night.
shit is.
But yeah, but the best part I always did thought, okay, this is actually goes hard, is where the guy mentions that the guy because they keep thinking it's the fisherman they ran over. Oh, that scene was pretty funny too when they go, oh my god, we gotta hide the body. The guy's all like, hey, I'm all right. Don't be necessary. I'm fine. The guy's like, oh, he got
He
hit.
gets a concussion with the bottle and then it's just left to drown in the water, which that probably did kill him.
Yeah, but I love the whole bit with the whole, oh my god, we hit a boot. Where's the foot?
Where's the fuck? What the fuck?
Yeah, God, that next to that whole I know what you did last summer parody bit was pretty damn hilarious. Like I said, the beehive, the killing the guy. Like, no, he was knocked out, and they even like hit him with the trunk a couple times, trying to stuff him in it too, while they're trying to hide evidence. It's just. Yeah, but like I said though, the bit though when the guy got we confirmed he was found by some fishermen a few weeks after you hit him, and he's been buried there for ever since. And they're thinking about how they dropped little clues earlier when they mentioned how like Doofy mentioned that look at that guy you hit in the car. He's like, how do you tell him? He overheard it while we and him were having a session, and they mentioned how only a few people knew. And they do this moment where she remembers every instance with him mentioning things, and they realize, oh shit. Turns out Doofy,
Doofy!
the dumbass, was even a shithead. Turned out he's actually the faking his ineptitude, and is actually the killer. And he has this moment where he like,
It's basically an homage to the twist ending of the Usual
yeah,
Suspect,
Kaiser Soze, yeah,
which I haven't actually seen, but I know the twist because I've seen it showcased on like what is it like VH1's I Love the '80s.
I mean, it is a big moment, but and it actually is kind of cool. But I think it's funny how he's got a cigarette and looking all cool, and he still has the damn squirt gun in his holster when he hops into Hailstorm's car.
Which, by the way, yes, that literally means that Gale is a fucking accomplice to the whole thing.
Which we thought again, but and then we get our second appearance from an actual Ghostface mask, where she finds because I think the one that she pulled out wasn't the parody mask; it was straight up like go down to the dollar store, pick up the cheapest Ghostface mask you could find, Ghostface, but it's still recognizably the peanut eyes and everything. And that's when she gets
Yeah.
whacked. And they make fun of the They make fun of the Randy. I didn't make it video by making it be the snatch and grab prank that was a rage all back then. But remember, what you gotta do? Don't look back. Don't ever, don't ever fall. All that stuff.
Don't fall down. Never look back.
And and yeah, and then they go for it, and he goes snatch and grab, and the guy has a shot, and they're like, oh, jeez, boom. But yeah, but like I said, though, but going back, I find it funny that's the scary movie title they use because they still open up using that skinny confidential font that they used for Scream. Scary. I'm pretty sure someone's ever made the joke where they actually took the Scary Movie title sequence and added it because it faithfully recreates the Scream. You know, a white title zooms in, a scream happens to make the turn red, and then it like they do that same thing. This one's like because it makes you wonder if Scream was called Scary Movie as originally intended. What would the parody be called?
Shit, I don't know.
Yeah, but like it's because it became Scream that we got Scary Movie, and every time we say Scary Movie, we think of these hilarious movies. Which the DVD sales for this was nuts because I swear every cousin I knew had a copy of either Scary Movie 1 or 2. It was like that widespread, and you'd see it at Goodwills and everything.
Oh, yeah, definitely. I see the covers of it everywhere. It's like, oh my god, just like a horror movie. And of course, I literally had no clue they were just like fucking like they're basically YouTube poops of horror
Yeah,
movies.
that's the best way to describe it. It's rapid fire jokes and everything, and like some of the best ones will make you laugh just because of their timelessness. Like Naked Gun is still I know a top 10 classic of like spoofs like that. And the another thing too on that note, I mean, yeah, there's some jokes that are aged because they belong to that era only. Like I'm pretty sure people who see What's Up are not going to get why it's so funny they're referencing an ad from the 90s, or you got jokes that just don't hold up, like the like the Miss Man joke, the joke. Mhm.
The fucking PE teacher.
Yeah.
Which as soon as I saw
Yo,
her,
yo, yo! I forgot this joke.
Oh god, I forgot about this fucking joke.
Thankfully, the censored version keeps out.
I was watching the censored version, and I was just like, oh, thank God I'm watching this version. Thank God Josie's experiencing this, because
I did get to see it, and I know you poor thing, but I see. Okay, I get the joke, but it does lead to a clever line where she says, "Thanks for bearing with me." Yeah, but oh yeah, like, but I mean, the other joke being, I guess this person was an ex-Nazi or whatever because they have like crop gear and an SS uniform in the background. Might be I don't know, Rocky Horror Picture Store reference. I don't know, but like I said, the other joke though is that, but most of them hold up. I mean, you got the whole killer getting along with Shorty and his friends getting high while Bobby and Cindy are trying to do the whole thing, and it's a prolonged sequence of making jokes about bats in the belfry and hedge trimmer and all that kind of stuff. Like it does have a meta gag that makes you laugh when he goes like, I got given to my desires just now. Oh, this is just like a movie. But it's not a movie. It's real life. No, because there's the sound guy, there's the script doctor, and
oh my god.
Even the guys are.
God, this guy is like unfucking believable.
Yeah, but I love that bit though. I mean, and I got a laugh out of it when he's like, "This is like a movie." No, it's real life. No, but I swear, there's the mic guy and there's the sound editor, and then you see the mock director inside, be all like holding his hands up, like, "Don't point us out."
Oh, but the moment that was happening, like during the shorty party, is definitely when the killer just really puts down a sick rhyme.
Oh yeah, and it actually was made into a song in the end credits.
Yeah. It's it's actually really really good, especially as he's literally doing all the stuff. Like we're not able to actually see it, but all his movements and the sound effects are really painting the picture of what's going on.
Yeah, I'll take a slash, to put another hole in your house.
Going like, whoa. That was the most epic rap I ever heard in my fucking life.
Yeah, but I remember laughing so hard the first time when they go, we don't have no paper, so we're gonna use for a bong. They see the aquarium and they start toking it, and then the killer shows up and they're thinking, oh crap, we're screwed. But then you see the killer doing it too, and this is some good shit. Like, hearing the killer get high is, I mean, like I said, in fact, I said I would watch a whole comedy of just the killer just being a goofball with these guys.
Being stoned to fucking.
Even he's like, man, I'm so fucking stoned right now. But you hear that? Just doing the whole, like, I'm gonna gut you like a fish. All that stuff. They're just laughing about it.
Oh my god.
Yeah, like I said, that moment though, like, yeah, those are the highlights because a lot of it's just non-sequential randomness. But yeah, that we're just here to talk about it because we said yeah, but there's moments that people say I swear this was in a Scream movie, but they're remembering Scary Movie, and I swear this was in a Scary Movie, but they're actually remembering Scream, like some of the bits with Stu and Billy being over the top. But yeah, like I said, I think that's what makes it so funny. But seeing the uncensored version, I did laugh at the guttural roar that shakes the whole house before a geyser erupts. And I went, okay, that is gross, but I'm laughing. like, like I said though, it is like I said, it's the second one was just as funny, but I think it was a little more clever with his jokes.
I get it. It's supposed to be reference to like how pent up he's supposed to be after all this, but dude, did you not have a moment to actually do it? Like, God,
Well,
it's
and
like
it,
unspoken rule. It's like you use it or lose it.
which makes no sense given that Buffy joke about him. I knew he was too perfect, good looking, smart, very good in bed, and even Cindy's like, wait, what? Yeah. Oh, but the twist being Doofy because he knew Drew as a babysitter from the beginning. He overheard the whole plot, and hell, during the memory, the pact when she sees the ghost face mask at the thing, he goes, "It's me, Sid." I'm like, he's like practically telling the audience, "Yes, it was me this whole time." Oh, and there's this running gag about him and the vacuum cleaner. I do like that bit making fun of Tatum with the whole "Mama says when I wear this badge, you gotta recognize me as an officer of the law." She also says stop putting yourself inside the vacuum cleaner. Yeah.
I tell you, not to come. I'm in my room.
But like I said though, I actually did get kind of happy seeing that he was back as Doofy in the Scary Movie 6 preview for a split second.
Yeah.
So I wonder where they're gonna go with that. But like, as we all know, the original twist as a joke because it was the Wayans brothers was that the killer was gonna be anybody we knew, and it turns out it was actually Damon Wayans, the other brother, who was pissed off about being left out of the movie. So the joke is that his character comes in to like not kill everybody. But Damon Wayans was literally filming a comedy project at the time that he just could not find the time to film the cameo. But like I said though, yeah. And I still laugh at that the thing says from the producers had nothing to do with Scary Movie when Harvey and Bob's name are part of the production team.
Yeah.
I don't know, but like I said though, it's so funny how close it is that it gets it like right, but it's still able to mix it up where you go like, oh yeah, this kind of it's a parody. It's very funny. And I think Scary Movie 2 was a lot more clever with its jokes in terms of like a lot more funnier writing, and you got Tim Curry's part of the cast.
It's like my most rewatched one of the bunch. It's like every time I see it offered, it's like, oh, it's Scary Movie 2. Yeah, I could definitely like pop it in. It's basically got the same like grab, that same latch energy as like the first movie does. Like honestly, it's like every time you see screens like available, it's like, sure, what the hell? I might as well just like do another one.
On top of that, I think Scary Movie 2 just, it's much more clever with its pacing and its layout and its send-ups. And it, like, one of my favorite bits involves the skeleton chasing her, and she's like, oh no, don't let that thing get over here. Brenda, he's coming. And then you see the skeleton, she goes, Cindy, it's just a skeleton. Are you afraid of Callista Flockhart? Yeah. And then, yeah. Oh god. And then, oh man, like I said, just it says Scary Movie 2 is easily the better of the two Marlon Wayans produced films, and apparently they weren't able to recapture that magic because when they did the haunted house spoofs, they were so. I heard.
Well, it's the fucking shit ton league above whatever they were doing with Scary Movie 5. I'll tell you that much.
So it is cool to see that they're coming back for 6. So we'll just see where this goes. Yeah, all right then. But
Quite frankly, I really welcome whatever joke they put down because we kind of need that kind of humor back. We're getting so up in arms. We're getting like twisted in the butt over certain phrasing or jokes and all that, and thinking, "Oh no, this is gonna like insult this people, this minority, this 1%." And of course, the people that are being told to this should not be made jokers are basically going like, "Dude, fucking make jokes. We want to laugh at this shit."
and like I said, what I love though is how they mentioned they're going to be as irreverent as the old ones. So I know in this day and age of sensitivity, sometimes you just gotta learn to laugh. Like them making a they them joke, but maybe some people go, "Oh, why are you making that kind of joke?" But at the same time, I'm going, "Well, current day, that is."
It's literally the last thing you should be thinking of, but you're literally cornered in a fucking subway to a killer, and that's just basically like, oh, the last thought is really that instead of, oh my god, I'm about to fucking die.
That's the humor in that.
It's just really funny.
So yeah, like I says though, it'll be the first scary movie I've seen in theaters ever because I've always caught them on home video.
Yeah, it'll be the same with me because like I don't have a video. I didn't see Scary Movie 5 in the theater. I just caught
You
it on
would have.
Netflix.
That probably would have been one of the few
Never.
you would have walked out of, like, no doubt. You would have just said, "Fuck it."
I I I I'm pretty sure I would read the writing on the wall halfway through it, be like, "Yep, no, fuck it, I don't care. I'll just go watch the actual horror movie or an actual scary movie entry and actually get a better payoff than whatever this is."
In fact, you're probably saying, this movie was. I watched this movie for basically nothing, and I still wanted a refund.
I spent no money and I still feel ripped off.
Yeah, but Scary Movie 4 was weird to me. Not, I mean, the World of Worlds parody was funny, but it was really out of nowhere. And of course, the I laughed that King Kong is on the poster, but he's nowhere in the movie. But he is in the Date movie parody, I think, or was it Epic movie? One of them. I will say
Yeah.
one of the worst spoofs I remember besides that was Meet the Spartans. That one, it did have some bits I
Was
laughed
there
at, but
was there also Vampires Suck, which is like, okay, we get it. Twilight is popular and we're all like hammering on
I
it.
think there was a
We
better.
should move on,
I think
please.
there was a better parody of Twilight made called Breaking Wind, which was making fun of the Breaking
Really
Dawn.
now.
Yeah, I remember there was a parody of Twilight that was called Breaking Wind, and then, and then actually, I'm totally surprised that the spoof era totally missed like the Divergent slash Hunger Games era, because Lord knows what kind of jokes we would have gotten in that era.
Oh yeah, especially during all the game makers, the looking up these different ideas. Oh my god, they would have actually really ha- played it up as like Survivor on crack, right down to having them do the interviews. I'm literally like crafting it as we're just thinking it up. It would have been so good.
Well, like I said though, eventually the parody
Oh
spoof.
my god, and the eliminations would literally have everyone vote for one of them, and then the one that gets voted literally does get eliminated by death and all. That
Like I said,
literally just the jokes are just writing themselves.
yeah, like I said, but the spoof itself kind of died, not only because of pretty bad movies being made, but also YouTube
YouTube,
is just full of such creative skits
but
where people can just do like without having to do a whole big budget or movie for that.
like Funny or Die, College Humor, hell, pick your poison of like whatever
Even how it
like
should have ended to some
channel
respect.
you watch. Yeah, how it should have ended pretty much quarter that one.
Although I do love their superhero cafe. Just I kind of want to see when they eventually get their new Batman. I want to see him sit in a bar with Corn Sweat's, Superman, and Corn Sweat just do the lean back with the cup at one point. Just James Gunn, make it happen. Because I just love that bit though. Just I very like that. You want to know my secret identity all the time. But, yeah, I like the part with the that never happened to me. Why? Would you do something else? Of course I can. And because I'm Batman.
Because I'm Batman.
Yeah. Although I do love the running gag of Star Wars of Anakin always being the family man. I have a grandson.
I am a son.
Yeah, all that.
I'm gonna be a dad.
Yeah, I just love Dad Happy
Oh,
Anakin. But yeah. So, but yeah, like I said, the Scary Movie 6 will be interesting to see where they go with that route. Because even if it's awful, I don't think it could be no worse than Scary Movie 5 from what you told me.
God, it would it if they if the original guys coming back for this managed to screw up worse
Then
than
no,
whoever did Scary
then
Movie
no more
5.
scary movies. Just period.
Just no no parody movies. Nada. Don't fucking do it. Don't ever think of like trying to capitalize off that. Done.
But if
Like
it
there's just no fucking way. It'd be like hedging bets on James Gunn doing a Superman movie and you just get completely like a DC dying off.
yeah,
Chance
but
of the IS thinking, oh, but it actually is like, nope, sorry, Supergirl's coming this summer. As there are so many other movies, so you're the ones that lost, not me.
but oh my gosh, but imagine if Scary Movie 6 does take off, and we see the revival of the spoof because you got Scary Movie 6, and you got Spaceballs 2 coming out. So, what if we're in the renaissance of actually good spoofs being made again?
I would definitely believe that they would have a spoof for a cinematic universe.
Oh, for that I mean, there's a lot of jokes that can write themselves on that. Actually, would it be crazy if we get a superhero movie revival, like follow up legacy sequel to that movie with Drake Val reprising his role as the Dragonfly?
Yeah, that'd be awesome. I would definitely watch that.
But yeah, well, like it says that. All right, so
Like, who cares? Like, who cares that the main characters got like chopped up into pieces by a helicopter? It's like, who cares? Everyone dies at the end of all these movies, and they come back in the next one. Nobody cares.
uh huh. But yeah, so yeah, so I know we bait and switched you with the Mario movie review, but we will be having a proper discussion on it. I mean, right now it really is split down the middle of either being the most awesomest thing ever or a cinematic atrocity or an insult to the franchise. You pick your poison. I think we're more on the more we liked it side, judging by your reaction. Yeah, I was.
Oh my, oh, oh my god! I just got a message that um, some of my polycule are watching this and they're just saying I'm cute about doing this.
Oh,
Yeah,
hello in TV land. Sorry. Yeah, I'm sure the Star Wars fans of your group probably got a kick out of that. But yeah. So we will be doing a proper Mario thing,
yeah,
probably sometime Wednesday or third. I mean, we'll see when our schedule's free up. But my second screening is going to happen on Wednesday.
yeah. I'll be off on Wednesday, I think. At the late.
And if
If
not,
on Thursday, I'll have to double check.
and
If
if
not,
not, I can push it to like
sometime.
Sunday.
I definitely know I need to doodle up a avatar me dressed up as. Yeah, we never actually did the first one, so I'm just gonna take dibs on Rosalina. You can have your stuff drawn on Drew. If you get the reference I'm making.
I don't know. Yeah, like I said, I did get like I said, I mean, like I said, I did do a little call back to it here by drawing the Yoshi popcorn bucket, which I saw in person. I didn't buy one myself because I was already putting in a lot as it was, But if the pre-orders were for that thing still working for a second run, I definitely would get that thing because I know that my Yoshi friend fanatic Yoshi fan, go figure, really American Yoshi fan really did. He already got his.
Yeah, it's very sweet. I did actually get like a bucket and cup. They're not like one of the fancy ones, but they're definitely sturdy plastic. They're gonna stick around. The bucket is basically the teaser of Mario and Luigi at the shit. What was that land called in Odyssey? It was basically the third level.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
haven't.
after you do the dinosaur one, the pyramid one, whatever that one's called.
Right.
The Pyramid Kingdom, the Desert Kingdom, whatever. And then the cup is basically all the characters in both look at the carpet falling down.
We got one that.
Basically, not the star. It's not the Star Festival that just serendipitously happened on Peach's birthday.
But yeah, we'll go ahead and talk about that in detail because I mean, I know Scary Movie didn't have a lot of depth, so I thought as a joke we would have probably just gone into Mario, but we.
I I I I did kind of just humorously mention, like, we talk a lot about the Scary Movie where we're doing the stream a lot. I feel like at some point we should at least give it its own and shine and see like how much it is also just as much of a pulse to horror pop culture as the original Scream
On top of
series
that,
has.
like I said though, there were really no notes for this thing. I mean, come on, we talk about the in-depth characterization of Bobby. Guy's a horn dog. Cindy's just cute, cute, dumber, dime store Nev Cindy Prescott. But I still like Cindy. By the way, just for full disclosure, I think the name Cindy for my Cindy comes from the fact that she was drawn as a Gajinka of a Quilava, and the previous form of that is Cyndaquil, so Cinda, Cindy, and that ended up sticking. I think I've told that origin story before, but once again, just to reiterate.
I think that was the first time you ever mentioned it. To me, at least.
To you, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
No, but yeah, like that's. Yeah, Lena's not that complicated. Just draw my favorite Soul Calibur character in modern attire and just pick my favorite anime character at the time, Lena Inverse. There. 1, 2. But yeah, so, yeah, we'll talk about Mario down the line. I thought it would be so funny just to do a whole opening of like, oh, it's the Mario Galaxy title, and then it's our Scream Team intro, but
Got you.
a little more funkier, because all the ads for Scary Movie had the Boogeyman song, if I might remember. So, yeah, but okay, but again, this will be probably the last time we talk about Ghostface for a while until the inevitable Scream 8, which has new writers and it's going to be picked up. So I'm guessing the
Or maybe we could just dig it up from the grave if we ever feel like, hey, you want to watch the Scream TV shows?
Oh yeah, we still got that to do. But again, I want to give special thanks to you for prompting this whole thing into existence and for giving us the lovable thumbnail art we've done for most of them. Even it's such a great fusion of collaborative artist efforts. So I want to thank you for that.
It's always my pleasure. It's the only thing that makes our artistic juices flowing. Although it also creates a lot of burden and pressure. Like, oh my god, I gotta get this done. I really, really want to do this comic that's just evolving into its own thing. But god damn it, I gotta get this thing done because I need something to give to this guy to color.
Although I gotta say, I think of all the Cindy's, I think this Scary Movie Cindy's probably the best Nev you've drawn this entire run.
Oh, thank you.
I'm looking at it right now. I'm going, yep, that's. I think the only thing missing is.
It literally looked like her from the 3.
Although I should have done as an homage to CQ that little like raised eyebrow face she made when she's doing the whole like enough, the whole little. That's like one of his favorite moments when Cindy does the metal detectors. Is wave around. He's like all around. But yeah. But yeah, like I said, though, this was fun to do. I enjoy doing these things. Like I said, we got to keep these things going on. We'll always find something new to just talk shop about. But I thought like
I wonder what we're gonna have to talk about.
well, we got.
Oh my god, maybe you should. I don't know. That's way too much pressure in time constraints to do. Yeah, no, we're not gonna do it. I don't want us to stress ourselves to watch like, the 3 Mandalorian seasons and the Book of Boba Fett just to lead up to Mandalorian and Grogu.
This is the
We
May.
don't even know if they're. We don't even know if they're even gonna mention events from the freaking Ahsoka series, for God's sake.
And I know you already preemptively squashed anything leading up to Doomsday. Anything. Just say there's too much.
No, absolutely not. Like, the most we're gonna do is we're gonna do our own thing. We're gonna watch. If we wish, we could watch all the movies and all the TV shows like across the year leading up to it at a good reasonable pace, not back to back.
The Godzilla thing killed you.
Gotta lose my fucking mind.
Yeah, we did all the Godzilla films, including the MonsterVerse, I might add, and the anime films. No, we didn't. We didn't. We actually left out.
My detriment. Actually, speaking of, we should actually go back to actually watching the Singular Point. We've only actually seen the first episode.
Yeah. Oh, we should definitely maybe something for Dune because I know we did our live Dune reviews, but maybe a revisit of the first two Chalamet films, maybe.
Maybe even added the '84 movie.
And that mini series where we laughed so hard at Duncan, Idaho, just turning on and going like, "Oh!" before getting missile. Is it that's how they do him in this movie? At least Momoa got a fight scene. I mean, you actually burst out laughing because you didn't expect it. You went like, "Seriously?" Because like they're in the base and they say attacker, and you see Duncan turn around and have a little bit of a raised eyebrow face, and then you just see a kaboom, and you go, "Goodness." But yeah, we'll see what we got. I mean, there's plenty of properties coming out. Oh, you might bite your lip at a potential thing. There's no relation to Zach Krager's Resident Evil to any of the other Resident Evil films, but maybe a little. It's the 30th anniversary of that series, like franchise in general. But I know it's gonna take a lot for you to like sit through your final chapter.
You have to sit through it with me. You have to suffer through it. You have to endure the sickening 2-second editing of every scene.
Although, Birds About the Bees is that a certain nerdy streamer friend of ours has collected all Anderson films and might run a marathon of them some down the line at the point. So M's streams will every now and then happen that pop up. That might be a good way to like osmosis them all together. But
oh god, well at least I'd be in a company of lunatic to actually look at it and go like, what did I watch?
Yeah, but and yeah, but maybe a Resident Evil thing for Halloween down the line. What else is getting? Oh,
you gotta keep doing the evils.
Yes, yeah.
Evil stream.
The plan is
especially since I really want to help join you in your playthrough 5.
Speaking of which, I just bought 5 today, thanks to a Sony PlayStation Store deal, making it only $4.99 today, PS4 version. So we'll be able to co-op.
Yeah, that'd be awesome. I think we can actually co-op on 6 too, but like, I definitely have a good thumbnail idea for you to use for thumbnails to lead up for that.
We might also revisit Raccoon City just for giggles, the movie.
I love Welcome to Raccoon City.
It's
the most.
It still misses the mark, but it's more closer than any of the Anderson films.
You get hearts in its right place.
It is a definition of a bless your heart movie, because I saw someone do a recent roast of it where I go, yeah.
Werewolf just came in late. Alright, dude, we're just kind of wrapping up at this point.
No, but it's okay.
Apparently you missed out that my fucking polycule girlfriends are watching this. And I only just mentioned it in my DMs, like, hey cutie, we're watching you. It's like, oh god, what?
He's like, do you know where I am in the house? You're right by the couch. No, but actually, I do laugh at the intro, Cal. You have a funny episode to watch back about things we laughed about this movie. It's stupid, it's irreverent, but it's also clever at times, and you'll see that when you watch the video again. But we always like having you here, bro, man. We did do a little bait and switch by opening it up with a Mario Galaxy mock review before saying it's actually a scary movie.
It was supposed to be April Fool's, but
we were way off the mark from it. They actually saw Mario on April Day.
It's to be fair, even my parents and my family realized, like, geez, Easter just came in. It's like, didn't April just start? Why did Easter have to come in last minute?
Yeah, we're really blazing through.
Like I had to wait for my copy of Resident Evil 9 that they got me, because it's old eye everywhere. It's the word of mouth got way too good that like hard to get. I just have to wait for it to come in the mail.
By the time I get around to Requiem, maybe it'll be in stock for me to get it. But yeah, I gotta do Village and Biohazard Resident Evil 7 as well.
Oh, I love 7.
But yeah, there was another thing I thought we could probably do a thing for, but it just eluded me right now. So I'm.
Oh no. You're talking about Resident Evil.
Does
I'm
that
trying to help you.
yeah
backpedal.
the Zach Krager one, yeah. Weapons. Dune.
Ian came in late.
Wait, 10th anniversary of Civil War is this May. Maybe something. Given that's
That did set up a lot of like whirlpools and like aftershock, especially
also
with the introduction of Spidey into the MCU
and
proper.
10 years later, we're getting another Spidey film of that iteration. So I mean, it might bleed into our retrospective episodes I still got to put up, but those are practically ready to just fly closer to the time.
Yeah.
But a revisit of Civil War wouldn't be too bad.
Wouldn't be too bad. We did pretty good with the Batman v Superman one.
Mm-hmm.
Quick.
Yeah. Anyway, so we're gonna wrap it up. I can tell my poor co-host is doing her best, so I'm just gonna go ahead and let her go. But for now, we've been having fun talking about this stuff, and it's always a pleasure to ramble.
It's always fun. It's just a nice place to just kind of kick back and relax. Just I'm a big bro, obviously.
Oh Jesus, he's right. Tom is now the only Spider to be in 4 solo films. Damn, it just occurred to me. Because poor Andrew only got his 2. Toby got 3. Well, shit. You're right.
Yep.
Alrighty then. So we'll see y'all at the next one. We'll do Mario Galaxy later this week. This is Jonas Cat79, aka Chris, signing off with my usual co-host Erica, aka Dark Neon.
You run!
Alrighty then.